Hi guys, my name is Patrick, but you can call me 26. And what we're going to do today is we are going to look at how you can use observable objects in with Swift data. Apple doesn't always make it obvious how you can use observable objects with Swift data, and that's what we want to investigate today, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use an app that already uses Swift data, but we're going to add to it how we could do the CRUD functionality using observable objects, right? One reason you might want to do this is because maybe for testing, or if that is the architecture that you're using, right? So if your architecture is maybe MVC and you want to test that, you might want to put observable object in a sort of manager and then keep track of it from there.
Before we get to today's business, you could have a look at my course. That is the e-commerce full stack application. And what we build is iStore. And iStore, we build the front end and the back end. And iStore does use Swift data. We use Swift data in persisting our cart. So whenever you close the app, we save the contents of what you want to get into a cart. And in this cart, which also has a map, you can pick the location like so and do that. And this is persisted using Swift data. And also among our carts, we have favorites, right? So we have our favorites here, and you could save the favorites, and the favorites are products that you like that you would want to maybe go back and later on buy. And this also uses Swift data to save our particular favorites, right? So we do that. And also on top of it, we figure out how we can work with the observable macro when you're dealing with Swift data. So all these are projects that we actually implement in this application. If you'd like to see the complete project, have a look at the link in the description. If you're going to see the 26-hour project in its entirety plus the source code. If you would like to see the first 12 hours of the project, they're available on my page on this channel, right? So have a look at that. Now let's get to the business.
So let's have a look at the app that we are going to build, or that is already built, but you're going to change it to MVC, right? So this is it. It's going to be called Students and Courses. I already built it in this application on this channel, and if you want that video, you can just have a look. I think it's one of the previous videos. You can have a look at how we build it. It's Swift data with many-to-many relationships, right? A student can take many courses, and many courses can have various students, right? So that's basically it, and it's currently using Swift data in the normal way, right? But we want to move all the Swift data functionality into a manager, right? And then manage it from there. So let's have a look at what the app does, if you've not seen it before. So when we come here, we have courses. In this case, we have biology, and currently we can set Mike to be one of the students that takes biology. We can toggle it. If you toggle it, he's removed from being taking biology, right? And of course, we can, where do we delete them? We can delete them here, right? We can delete the courses from there, right? So you can see that is possible to delete, and we can add the courses here by adding a course. Let's add a course. Let's say we want a course like chemistry, like so. So we have chemistry like so, and it's added here. Chemistry has no one, but we can toggle Mike to be one of the chemists or the students taking chemistry, and we can say here we want Violet. Violet is one of the students, and so we can set Violet to take chemistry, right? And then you can hit save, and then that's going to be, when you come out in chemistry, you're going to see that Violet is one of the students who takes chemistry, right? So that's basically our app, and what we want to do now is we want to move all the functionality that is involved with Swift data into a separate file, right? Okay, so we now have a file called SD Manager, and this is just going to be Swift Data Manager. And of course, we could just hit the autocomplete, could hit tab and get that, and then close it off, right? That's going to be that. And then what we want, the first thing we want to do is we would need observable and main actor. We want it to be, we want to have observable and main actor, and that's going to be the first thing we're going to do. So we come here and we say observable and main actor, so that you can have it on the main thread, and also we want access to observable because that was the whole point of everything, right? And the whole point of doing this, the next thing we'd want is we want to inject the actual context, right? So the model context of the Swift data, right? So that it can know the actual context that you're having, right? So another option would be to create a static instance, right? You could create a static instance and then keep track of that particular instance, and you have to reference that particular instance, right? But what we're going to do is just we're going to take the context from where we have it in the entrance of the app, the main entry point of the app, and then we're going to put it into the manager as we go along, right? So what that looks like is we're going to come here, and this is going to be our context, and we're going to come and put it there. So this is going to be our particular context, like so. So we're going to have the context there, and the next thing to do in particular, we would want the a function to add the student and a function to delete the students. Now those ones are pretty straightforward, so there's no point in us going over much there. That's what we need to do. We just need to do this, right? We have the add student, and then we just get the model context and we insert the particular student. Then after that we have the delete student, and that's going to delete the student. And we also have the same for the course, right? And all they take is the name and the name of the name of the student and the name of the course, and when you want to delete, you just pass in the course, right? Of course, you can have a look at the models, and the models are pretty straightforward. The course just takes the name and then the inverse relationship. We've already gone over that in the many-to-many videos, and we can see that a course can have many students, and the students can take many courses, right? So that is basically it. And remember, with the inverse relationship, you only need to say it in one location. If there's an inverse relationship, you don't need to say that the course has an inverse relationship with the student, that the student has an inverse relationship with the course, right? If you put it in the course, it's known that it's also in the student, right? So that, right? So we come here, and here where we are actually adding in our navigation bar, where we create the new student and then we would put the context there, what we could do is we could just call the functionality that is available in the SD manager, the SwiftData manager, right? So we have that functionality for add student, and that is going to be available there. So we just say add student and we put in the name like so. And for good measure, we're going to repeat the process for the add course view, right? Pretty much the same, right? So you just come here, copy this, copy the SD manager, right? So we would come here, put that there, right? Then after that, we would need the SD, but this one, remember, would now be the course rather than the, we would need to do this for the course, right? So instead of model context.insert new course, what we could do is we could call it from the SD course, SD manager, and then we say add course, like so. And then after that, we need an on appear for everything, right? So an on appear to provide the model context so that you can know the context that it's operating under. So we would come here maybe and say that this is going to be that, right? So that's going to be the SD manager with the particular model context provided. And that is going to be it, right? And you could repeat the same procedure for the edit student view, right? So you would come here to the edit student view, and I do believe, do you have... Okay, here what we would do is we're calling the context.save, right? So there are two options you could do, right? You could do either with the here where we have the SD manager, you could create another functionality to save it. But since we already have access to the context here, the context.save can be called directly from here, right? But if you want, you could create a functionality that just would save the particular context, right? So here, this when we hit save, that's where it's saved. And then here we have the SD manager where we also call the when you are selecting a course and you're trying to save, right? When you're selecting, we are setting the courses that have been selected, right? We're just providing the SD manager with the context so that it can know where it's working from, right? And we do the same here, basically the same, and we can call the context here and also save it. And all this code is going to be available on GitHub so that you can have a look at it and get to understand it better, right? So with that done, we now have all our SwiftData code in the SD manager, unlike previously, right? And we can just stop it and run it, right? And you should see no difference, right? You should see no difference. And we now have Mike and Violet. Let's just start with a clean slate. Come here, do this. Come here, come here, do that. Come here, do that. And we start a new course. And you could say now we want geography, like so. We hit save. Come here for the particular student. We want, what's the student name? Let's see, let's say Donald. Donald, save, like so. And we make sure that Donald takes geography, right? Hit save like so. Donald, you see Donald takes geography, and if we come here and we say Donald takes geography, and if you want, you could change the name of the subject here and hit save, right? So just to test that it's being persisted, we could stop it and start it, and if we come back, we still see that Donald is there and he takes geography, right? But now we see that all the data, the adding the student, the deleting the student, the adding the course, and deleting the course are all in our SD manager, right? Our SwiftData manager. So that's one of the ways. There are at least 3 ways that you can use the objective. That is one of the ways that you can use observable objects in managing your SwiftData. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.